hello, and welcome to hopefully another edutaining episode of Create Simple Meals. Kind of excited tonight. I think for the first time ever, we finally got both of the comments coming through. I saw some pre-show comments pop up, so let's cross our fingers. Let's make sure this thing works. While you're sitting there, folks, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you know that we're on. Please like and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, and don't forget to tap into us on TikTok. Our resident TikTokers with us again today. Please visit Create Simple Meals for all past and future episodes. Email me at askme@createSimpleMeals for any correspondence. Hit that chat button while you're there, and please share this with your friends and family alike. So today we are going to do a skillet lasagna. So as I told you viewers before, hit me up, let me know your idea. If you see something you like, let me know. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or so ago, I don't know when it was, a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, one of them times, I did the skillet lasagna and I posted it up. A couple of viewers, they saw it, like, have you done this yet? And I'm like, nah, but since you said it, I'll be doing it. So let's get started with the recipe. So for the skillet lasagna, we're going to take some 80-20 ground beef, or any lean ground beef if you're choosing. We're going to brown it off and season it up with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Then to that, we're going to add in some garlic, some marinara sauce, about 1.5 cups of water, add in some noodles, some ricotta cheese, and some mozzarella and some Parmesan. We're going to get from there. While we're doing that, because as y'all know, it would not be Create Simple Meals if we did not absolutely always forget something. So if somebody can go in there and grab me the marinara sauce and the measuring spoon, I'm going to start browning off this meat. So let's go from here. I was laughing at, and by the way, thank y'all for tuning in. I see Tyrone. I see Mike. What's going on? I was laughing at Tyrone. I had posted some other day about, have you ever had, been cooking for a half, turn the burner on for 20 minutes and realize you ain't cooking nothing? So he said use the right, the right burner. And I ain't gonna lie, I have done that and put me a pot on the stove, knowing good and well I'm cooking with grease, and didn't have a dadgum thing cooking. Just flame burning in a cold pot. We put a little oil in this pan just because I don't want to have to deal with no extras. And while that's heating up, again, for the recipe, it's real simple. It's like any other lasagna, except that we're just going to do it all in this pan. Now, me being me, I did make my own noodles previously and went on dried them out, but you'll see as we go along, you're going to use just regular old noodles out the package. You're not going to boil them in advance. You're going to cook everything in the pan. So, as y'all see in my other episodes, y'all know when it comes to browning ground beef, you just dump the whole thing on in there, let it start crusting from the side. You want a glass of wine or something while you're TikToking? It's a work. Oh, you can't focus? Okay, all right, I got you. Can't focus and don't go and do that. Now, one thing I will say, folks, a part of the recipe, if you see there towards the end, I'll post it back up. On the end there, where it says you can place it up on the broiler to brown the cheese, give your heads up so that when you look at the picture, which was previously posted, and you see like, hey, wait a minute, why this ain't brown? We don't have no broiler out here yet, so we're not going to brown it. But you can throw it up under the broiler and get that nice char to it. Let's see how this meat is. Get that little bit more browning on there. And while that's browning, I'm going to... Now, as far as the season, I am going to throw the salt up in there. Believe it or not, I'm just not going to do it right this second. Y'all mind, do me a favor just so I can make sure that Facebook finally did. If you're on Facebook, shout me out a hey ya, ho ya, something like that, so I see that these screens going to pop up on here. And while we're doing that, I can go ahead, flip that meat, give y'all a close-in view. That's the color you're looking for before you flip it. You want it to look just like that before you flip it. Now, from there, let this other side brown a little bit, and then we're going to toss in our salt and pepper. So if you're just now tuning in, just to let you know, today we are doing a skillet lasagna. We're browning off some ground beef. We're going to season it up with a little kosher salt and black pepper. After that, we're going to put some garlic in there for about a good 30 seconds, add in the mozzarella, some water, throw in our noodles, And we're going to let it all cook right in this pot all at one time. Top it off with some cheese, some more cheese, and then some more cheese after that, and then we're going to enjoy it. Now, because most folks I know, unless you like a true Italian, you got an issue with ricotta cheese. I'm one of them people. What I do with my ricotta cheese is I season it up with a little bit of salt, or as you'll see me do today, with Parmesan cheese. The reason I'm telling you that now is because that's not part of the recipe. Just like with other lasagna, you just more or less, you know, put the ricotta as layers. I'm not a big fan of ricotta, but I've noticed if I mixed it in a little bit, it has a nice mouth texture, but the flavor is a whole lot better that way. All right, so now I'm gonna brown this up a little, or chop this up, and we're gonna season this off with a half a teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. You don't need to fully brown this right now. I'll get another overhead. You don't want to fully brown this right now because it's going to continue cooking. So I just wanted to get mostly brown, and then once it's you know, about 75% there, we're going to go ahead and continue on with the rest of it. But you don't want to cook it all the way because the meat is still going to cook as it's boiling in the sauce and the water, and we cover it up. It's still going to keep cooking, so you don't want to dry out your ground beef. Every time I say ground beef, and I'm talking about browning meat, I get confused. I would like browning your brown meat. Even though I'm supposed to be saying browning your ground beef, I say browning your brown meat. Yeah, see, I saw them pop on there. As always, folks, this show is brought to you by the Self-Employed Tax Guide, the first ever tax prep company that was built from the ground up just for you and me. Seth Lodge Planners for all your current, future travel needs. Please hit up Seth Lodge Planning. For You by Me Creative Design for all your unique gift ideas. Hit up For You by Me Creative Design. And Petty Phrases for your custom-made t-shirts. If you have something to say it with your chest. Such as my handy-dandy t-shirt that says WTF. Get your mind out the gutter. It stands for Where's the Food? All right. Mix this up just a little bit more. Y'all can see, still quite pink there. We're going to let this go for about 2 or 3 more minutes or so. Actually, not even that. About a minute or so. And then we're going to go on from there. Hey, Sister Williams, how's everything going on? So right about there, folks, is where we want it. We get the zoom in. Right about there is where we want it. So from there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in a little bit of garlic. Well, I should have played for the Lakers. And we're going to saute it off for just a quick second or so. That's about really all you wanted to do. And then, now normally I would have made my own marinara sauce, but we didn't have this debate in this house on what ethnic groups eat certain things in their spaghetti and what ethnic groups don't. So I don't feel like having that fight no more. So we're just going to put in a regular, give me that red thingamabob out there. Just a regular old 24 ounces of this marinara sauce. And then to that, I'm going to add in a cup and a half of water. That's a cup. And that's a half. And for those of you that know me, because y'all know I'm super cheap, I'm not about to miss none of this sauce. That's why you my favorite daughter. You really are my favorite daughter. All right. Why you look at me like that? All right, put that in there. And then as we bring this to a boil, let me go ahead and get these noodles. Oh, no. So, no, it's somebody asked was it turkey meat. But I'm glad you asked that. No, this is ground beef, but you absolutely positively can use turkey in this meal if you so choose. This is actually ground beef, but you can use turkey. And to be honest, I almost did that. Did the turkey because, well, I got a bunch of turkey, but I decided not to do that. All right, so now For your noodles, who's that? Who said me too? I can't catch that. But thank you for tuning in, Latrina Williams. I just don't know what you were saying me too about. All right, so we're going to go ahead and literally take your noodles up, break them up, and put them in there. Now, if y'all wondering why my noodles ain't crackling, as I told y'all before, these are homemade noodles. But you can use regular old dried noodles. I made these previously because I like to be a little extra. As I told y'all, food can be simple. It ain't got to be boring. And you know when it comes here, our only 3 rules, you must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. I'm willing to practice at messing up, practice at getting it right. Gonna mix this up a little bit more. Practice at being creative. I'm gonna put just a few more in there. So this is one of them things, them recipes or meals that don't look pretty. This is why when I posted the picture of it, oh, wrong side. When I took a picture of it, I took the picture in the skillet. Because on the plate, it just ain't going to look all that great. I really did not rhyme on purpose. You want some more noodles? Hey, my daughter says she wants some more noodles. I'm going to give her some more. Oh, yeah, exactly. Make sure you get all that sauce at the bottom. Exactly. I thought I was just being cheap. My daughter said I'm being, what am I being? Resourceful. That's right. Resourceful. What you said. I'm not gonna sit here and take no hooked on phonics lessons. I build the schools. I ain't got the necessary say I went to them. All right, so we're gonna mix that on in there. Now, to aid in speeding this up, I'm gonna take a top. We're just gonna cover that off just a little bit and let it boil. And basically what you're doing now, folks, you're covering it up because you're boiling your noodles. You put in dry noodles. You basically covering it up with that water and that sauce, and it's going to cook in there. Another tip you can do for those of y'all, because believe it or not, I'm already planning Thanksgiving dinner. We had a issue last year because I decided I didn't want traditional. It wasn't that big of an issue. I mean, we still had good food. Thanksgiving ain't. What do you think the pilgrim? Anyway, different ways of doing noodles. You can actually boil your noodles in milk or cream. I've done it before. It actually works. And it gives it a whole lot creamier texture. Now, what I did.
No, I was putting that over it.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, I got you, got you. You want to stir every so often with this. I should have brought out one of them thingamabob things. No, not the apron. I don't wear aprons that often. The spoon rest. Yeah, but we ain't got to be all that fancy. We're going to cook like we cook. Also, nothing I didn't do. Some of y'all may have caught it. If not, I caught it. I didn't drain my meat. You should drain your meat because if not, it is going to be kind of fatty. But I didn't drain the meat because... Question.
Since you didn't drain your meat and you still put 1.5 cups of water, does that throw off? Should you have put less water, or is that going to make any difference?
Good question. So she asked, I don't know if y'all heard it because she don't have a mic. Because I left the oil in there, would that mess up the ratio as far as boiling? No. It will make it oilier, but even if you had too much in there, all you got to do is keep cooking, take the lid off of it, let it evaporate out, and that water will eventually cook out of there. So even if you added too much...
The oil.
Even with oil. You see how it's coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even with adding in too much, it's just going to keep boiling until it boils off. Which is exactly what we're going to do with this. Take that top off, son, because the noodles are more or less done. Give y'all a closer shot in there. As you see, the noodles are more or less done. So we're going to let that keep on boiling. So one, we can boil off some. Matter of fact, I'm going to increase it up a little. You might want to pop up because it might pop, 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 pop. It popped? Did it burn? Because we ain't got no insurance over here. Yeah, if you get burnt, it's your fault.
Speaking of insurance, real quick, I went to the doctor's, right?
Uh-huh.
And I said, I'm getting all this for $10. She said,
Look at God.
She said, that's what your copay was? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, you better get everything.
Well, you know, we can. You look. The one thing about medical insurance, you don't like paying it, but that gummit, when you got a low copay, you sure be liking it. Again, folks, if you are just now tuning in, we are doing a skillet lasagna. We've already browned off some ground beef, 80-20, about a pound of that. Season it up with a little bit of salt, kosher salt and black pepper. To there we added in some minced garlic cloves, and after that we tossed in some marinara sauce, some dry lasagna noodles, and which we, hit the wrong button, which we're boiling in there to get them all soft. Once that's done, which gives us about another 2 minutes or so, we will go ahead and add in the first set of cheese and then the second set. Again, on the recipe, on the website, and as I just showed, at the bottom it says optional, which I actually like doing. When it's all said and done, you can put your skillet in the broiler to give that cheese a nice little char. Now, to the ricotta cheese, because I told you I'm not a big fan of ricotta cheese, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to add, and the recipe don't call for this. This is what you get when you watch the show. So thank you, loyal viewers, for watching the show. I'm going to add a little bit of the Parmesan cheese in there and mix it together. Ricotta.
Ricotta and mozzarella.
Yeah, well, that was Parmesan I put in it. Yeah. But I'm going to mix that together. You can also add a little bit of salt to it. But that's just, honestly, I just don't like the taste of plain old ricotta. So we're going to mix that in there. That's going to be on the TikTok. I'm going to be able to see me do the, like, you know how to, I need to shake it while I'm doing it? Because, you know, I be seeing them when they do the TikTok, they be.
The camera person shake it. Y'all don't do nothing.
Excuse the hell out of me. I thought you was supposed to shake when you do the TikTok. Because every time I see somebody do a TikTok, they do this.
Got seasoned. That's just a cute little.
Oh, it's just a cute way? All right, well, I guess I ain't that cute. All right, so now we're going to do, since this is boiling, let me turn this down before I get myself burnt. We're going to add in part of the Parmesan, about half of that. We're going to add in half of the mozzarella. So it's 4 ounces total of mozzarella. That was about 2 ounces we put in. And then give me one of them spoons out that thing. We got a spoon in there? Give me no, I just use this. And then with this, you literally, I ain't going to slap it like I usually do it because I don't want to burn my daughter. But you just put dollops. I'm thoughtful if I ain't nothing else. Of the ricotta in there. We ain't going to use all that.
This could have been provolone. You put provolone in here?
No, I put, you know what? And I start to switch it up and add in the 5 Italian cheese.
This is why before you cook, you need to consult with me.
Well, I did it a couple of weeks ago and you didn't say add no other cheeses to it. That gummit, I would have done it then. But I mean, I don't want to do too much switching up on the show because I done told people how to do it and they go home, they be like, he said provolone, but the recipe said mozzarella. And then
provolone or...
Look, man, I'm not finna keep sitting there reprogramming that website. Tyrone just basically taught me the basics on how to do this stuff. All right, folks, so now we've covered it off. We're going to let that melt for a little bit, then we'll finish the rest. While we waiting for it to melt, please don't forget to hit that subscription button if you're on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you know we're on. If you're on Facebook, please like and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We have a resident TikToker here, so please tap into us on TikTok. For this show and our previous shows, visit CreateSimpleMeals.com. For any email correspondence, email me at askme@CreateSimpleMeals.com. Hit that chat button when you're on the website. You can talk with me directly, and please share this with your friends and family. All right, so that should almost be melting. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit, and we're going to give this about a good 2 more minutes of that. See, this is a good thing about having the outside kitchen, because when I do this inside, all that sauce, somebody got to clean up.
On the walls, too.
Yeah, and we got white walls, so that ain't going.
If you like noodles, like I do, I probably would put noodles at the bottom of the skillet. Or at least the middle.
Okay, now, good idea, but it won't work. And I'm going to tell you why. If you put the noodles at the bottom of the skillet, it's going to scorch. This is why when you make your lasagna, when you make it in a regular pan, you layer your sauce, your meat, your cheese, then your noodles, your sauce, your meat, your cheese, then your noodles. If you put that bottom on there, it has a tendency to scorch unless you done oiled the hell out of that pan or you just got some super duper nonstick pan that ain't gonna happen. But even for those of you that have tried to make peach cobbler with a bottom layer, or for those of you that have ever tried to bake a pie in a metal pan, if you put dough on the bottom, and that's where the source of your heat is coming from, it's going to scorch, it's going to burn. If you do that, you have a barrier. You can do that to say you can put a layer of sauce, but just make sure it's a complete layer, and then from there. All right, that's pretty much melted. Turn this down just a little bit more. Add the rest of our cheese. And the rest of the Parmesan. Now, folks, this is where I would normally, if I was in the house, but you don't have to. It's just more or less for aesthetics. This is where I would actually take it off the heat, put it in under the broiler to get that nice char. Matter of fact, I'm just going to take a real quick shot of the that I got on the first page. Oh, no, I don't. I took it off. You know what? Who was that? Latrina? Nah. But see, you done gave me an idea now. So the question was, have I ever tried? Oh, some of y'all saw it because Facebook is working now. It's going across the screen. Have you ever tried making lasagna with pesto sauce? No. But as soon as you said pesto sauce, when I saw it, what popped in my head, do a lasagna with chicken and a pesto sauce. What you think about that?
I feel like you just make regular noodles, but yeah, that's still fine.
I'm going to make my own. I'm going to do noodles from scratch. You just gave me an idea, Latrina. No, we're just doing a lasagna, so you got to do the lasagna thing. Now, I can do a pasta like that, but no, that would actually be good. Now, I got to figure out how the pesto, how I'm going to kick it up a notch.
Garlic.
It's going to have to have a lot of garlic. So pesto on its own, I've had different versions. Sometimes it can be not as flavorful. I'm actually going to do that. Hey, do me a favor, write that down. Develop a pesto lasagna.
Chicken pesto lasagna.
So now in the top of my head, I'm thinking, kill the ricotta, probably use
kill the ricotta.
A blend of Parmesan, but I still need some type of creaminess. So I might use mascarpone, use the pesto, chicken. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'm definitely that's an idea.
Can you make pesto noodles?
Well, yeah, every time I do the noodles, I put something in them.
Or
like
pesto garlic noodles. It's already fire.
So that's what I was thinking. Use memory. So in addition to the pesto inside the lasagna, I might add spinach. I gotta see how that's gonna work. But I might add spinach. If not spinach, big leaf basil. Hey, Latrina, you just gave us some idea. Oh, y'all use ricotta? So I use it, and I usually mix it up when I do use ricotta. I'm not I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm going to play with it. But yeah, you done gave us an idea. Again, folks, see, that's all I need y'all to do is give me some ideas so we can all create simple meals together. Grab me that, see how to use that tagline in there? Because you know on Create Simple Meals, we only got those 3 rules. You must have passion, you must have patience, must be willing to practice. Let's go ahead and get this thing a taste or two. I'm going to go and use this. Again, folks, just to give you a tighter end zoom, what I would have normally have done, sorry if it's blurry, I would have put this under the broiler just to give it that kind of, charred look to it. Doesn't do that much to the taste, but it does do something for the aesthetics of it. Luckily, I've already taken my, turn this way. That's a lot of cheese. Now, y'all, you might be able to see it. I'm going to see, can I zoom in and show y'all? See, well, that's not a good look. But for you, remember see how I was talking about the noodle? See how that one went to the bottom? Yeah. And see how that one scorched? Because I pushed it too far. That's why you can't put it at the very bottom. Because it's going to scorch no matter what. All right. So now that we're done with that, for those of you that are just now tuning in, let me give you a recap. We did a skillet lasagna today. Took some 80-20 ground beef, browned it off, seasoned that with a little bit of kosher salt and black pepper, moved that to the side, tossed in some garlic, just sauteed them until they were fragrant, added in some marinara sauce, about 1.5 cups of water, and some broken dry lasagna noodles. Let those noodles cook, boil down, and once those are soft, we added in some ricotta cheese, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of mozzarella cheese. We let that melt down, topped it off with the remaining amount of the Parmesan cheese and the mozzarella cheese. Let it all melt, and now we're about to go ahead and try. So I'm going to let you do the honors first and give me your honest assessment, because the another rule we have on Create Simple Meals, we don't lie. You don't like it? You just don't like it. I'm going to fire you if you don't like it, though, but
why?
Still be, because then you done told everybody you don't like my food. Chicken pesto, yeah, we definitely gonna play with. Oh, I didn't mean leave me a note on the show. I meant text me a note later on.
Because you're not gonna look at it. You'll look at this. You're gonna look at the other note.
Man, what you think? Hold on.
It's just a choice of sauce.
That's the same sauce you used last week. You don't like the sauce?
No, I like the sauce, but it can either be sweeter or a little more saltier.
Okay, so for those of you who've tuned in the last 3 shows, we get into this last 3 weeks. My daughter she likes sweetness. Heavy seasoning, but she likes sweetness. And it was funny when I was doing this, I said, you know what, I should go and squirt a little honey or some agave in the ricotta just for her, because every meal you make it seem like it could be a little sweet. It could be a little sweet. For somebody ain't but $1.05, she showed like a lot of sweets. Anyway, there it is. Well, obviously she must like it because you keep on eating it. You know, they see you on camera with
But
it.
I've never had more than one.
Yeah, I'm like, Normie. You do the little one. Norm, you do the little 1 scoop on live, the little courtesy scoop, and that's it. Anyway, folks, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, remember, there's only 3 rules when it comes to cooking. You must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. So until next Tuesday at hopefully 7 p.m. and Facebook and YouTube be working together again, we will see you then. Please email me any of your ideas, your recipes, your thoughts, your criticism. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and please share this with your friends. See y'all next week. That's my doing right this damn show. And finally, I got the damn comments to come in. Who just said thank you?